What is up guys, it's Simon from PianoPig.com, and in this video I'm going to show you a hip chord substitution for a 5-1 progression. It's a beautiful resolution which you can just use as a substitution or even as a passing chord. And this is how it sounds. And if you enjoy this video and like what you see, obviously smash that like button, that should really go without saying at this point. But more importantly, come join us inside the PianoPig Academy, where you can access my courses. We can support you step by step in your journey to becoming the best player you can possibly be in the most efficient way possible. And once you've done all that, then you can watch this video. Only joking, I know most of you have probably already skipped this part to get to the good stuff, so we may as well get on with it. Here we go. These are the voicings we're going to be looking at today. So let's break this down and understand where these are coming from. So a very, very common harmonic movement, which I'm sure most of you are already aware of, is going from the 5 to the 1. So in the key of C, that would be going from G to C. And we'd normally play that 5 chord as a dominant 7. Creating tension, which then resolves when we go to the 1, C. This is the basic underlying idea behind this whole thing, going from the 5 to the 1. Now, if we take this a step further, we can use much better voicings to play this. A very common way to voice this looks like this. We're using rootless voicings in the right hand as to not double up on that root note, and we're also adding some extra chord extensions. So for our G dominant, we've obviously got the root in our left hand, and in our right hand we have the 7, 3, and 13. A lovely voicing. And then for our 1 chord, C major, we've got this. So again, the root is in the left hand, and in the right hand we have the 3, 5, 7, and 9. Another very simple but beautiful voicing. So now to play our 5-1 progression, we have this. And taking it one step further is where the real magic happens. We're going to make a simple tweak, which is going to make all the difference. We're going to replace the G in our left hand with a D flat. This is what is known as a tritone substitution. And don't let that complicated sounding name put you off. It's actually pretty straightforward. A tritone is simply an interval of a flat 5. So we have G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flatten it by a half step, and we have D flat. So this interval from G to D flat is a tritone. And all a tritone substitution means is that we simply substitute the root note for whatever note is a tritone away from that note. So here's our 5-1 again. And all we're going to do is replace this G in our left hand with the tritone D flat. And as you can hear, it completely transforms the sound. If you want to take it even further, you could roll onto this B from the A. And if you wanted a bigger and richer sound, you could even add the 5th of each chord in the left hand as well. So instead of just playing D flat to C, play this instead. And that is an incredibly useful chord substitution to know. You can use it as a substitution. For example, in a 2-5-1, you could replace the 5 chord with the tritone. But you could also use it as a passing chord. For example, if we had a progression that went C major to F major. Really simple stuff, just a major 1-4. We could insert our D flat voicing as a passing chord to get back to the C. So that might sound something like this. So play around with this idea in different contexts, insert it into tunes you already know, write some progressions with it, also transpose it to a few other keys. If you really want to shed this, then take it all the way around the circle of fifths. And so on. And there you have it. A hip sounding 5-1 chord substitution which you can do a huge amount with. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.